Hello, I'm Mike Battista.
I'm Ajaj.
And I'm Skylar Darel. Welcome to Sports Outlet, the show where we bring you the latest news in TCNJ Athletics and what's happening in the world of professional sports.
On this episode, we're talking about the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl 51. But before you hear it from us, let's see what your fellow students had to say.
Hey guys, sports producer Ben Zander here. Now when it comes to my show, I'm usually behind the camera, either in the director's chair or in the editing suites. However, yesterday was Super Bowl 51 and my God, what a game. I just had to come out here and get some student reactions. But before I show you those, might as well show you some pre-Super Bowl predictions. Let's take a look. I'm here with junior Erin Rabbit. She's from Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So tomorrow's the Super Bowl. New England Patriots, that must be your team then, right?
Yes, it is.
So how do you feel about them being in the Super Bowl?
I'm really excited because I'm out of state and a lot of people around here are not New England Patriots fans. So now I get a chance to kind of be excited for the Patriots.
Nice. I'm out of state too, but I'm a Giants fan.
Oh, my dad's a Giants fan actually.
Oh, really? How's that working out for him?
Not so good.
Do you have any predictions as to who will win?
Yeah, I think the Patriots will win. I think they have had a really good season, and I'm excited to see it.
It's to my understanding that you're actually not planning to watch the Super Bowl tomorrow. Is that correct?
Not at all. I didn't know it was tomorrow. I thought it was tonight.
I have some friends who don't like football. However, they do watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. Do you have any interest to do that, or are you just staying away from it completely?
I will watch the commercials after the football game, like once they
On
put it
YouTube?
together. Yeah.
Yeah. I am psyched for the Super Bowl. How about yourself?
Me too. Can't wait.
Yeah. Do you have any preference on who wins?
Of course, the Falcons.
Falcons?
I'm a Steelers fan, so I'm still a little salty right now.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. Do you have any predictions?
I think it's gonna be a really good game. It's definitely gonna be two strong offenses, so I think it's gonna come down to the play of the quarterbacks.
It's been a while since the Falcons have been in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
I think that's one reason a lot of people are rooting for the Falcons. The Patriots have been in it so much lately, and the Falcons really haven't. And I think everyone loves to root for the underdogs.
What are your plans for tomorrow? How are you going to watch it? Do you have a party to go to?
Probably gonna watch it with a lot of friends and Decker. Is probably what the movie's gonna be.
Nice. That sounds like a party to me. Did you watch Super Bowl yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Where'd you watch it?
I watched my buddy's house at the TCNJ Lacrosse house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what were you rooting for?
I was rooting for the Pats, and luckily they pulled it out, so
Yeah.
that was good.
What do you think of the game?
It was definitely a nail-biter. Started to lose faith a little bit in the third quarter, but, Tom Brady, in his GOAT status, pulled it out. It was good.
Greatest of all time, indeed. Did it exceed or meet your pre-Super Bowl expectations?
I actually thought the Falcons were going to win, to be completely honest with you, so watching them pull it out was a nice treat.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the game?
Watching them tie it up with the 2-point conversion was huge for me, and then obviously watching them drive down the field in overtime to win it all was big. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean the first overtime game in Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And it was the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history as well, I believe.
Yeah. Also in Tom Brady's career.
So, yes, and it was his fifth Super Bowl?
Fifth Super Bowl. Yep.
Wow, that's incredible. Oh man. So do you have any predictions for Super Bowl 52?
Not the Patriots.
What did you think of the Super Bowl?
I thought it was a great game. I was rooting for the Falcons in the beginning, but at the end I was just rooting for it to be a good game, and it totally fulfilled my expectations. Really, really impressive.
Nice. What were your pre-Super Bowl expectations?
I mean, I was watching the game with a bunch of my friends, so like at the beginning we all kind of thought the Patriots would win, just like not in that fashion, not in that style. So that was pretty cool to watch. Almost everyone there was rooting for the Falcons, so the room's energy kind of turned from real positive to real negative real quick. So
They had such a great game. I feel like it really exceeded a lot of people's expectations because I feel that people expected the Patriots to do really well from the very beginning, and that wasn't really the case.
Yeah.
I know the Falcons didn't win, but they played an excellent game.
They did. They had a great season too, because the Patriots were like probably one of the favorites from the beginning of the year. Like every single year they're good. They make the playoffs. They go to the Super Bowl like probably every other year. So I think it was just cool to see the Falcons there, see them get that opportunity, and No, it was fun.
Did you watch the Super Bowl last night?
Yes, I did actually. I watched it.
Yeah, where'd you watch it?
Oh, I watched it here at the Stud. I watched it at the. They were projecting it in the new Broward Student Center event space. Really cool.
Oh, nice. They were showing the largest screen on campus, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You do have a Patriots hat on. Is that your team?
No, not actually at all. I'm an Eagles fan, and they don't usually do so hot ever. So every year I choose one team in the playoffs, and I kind of stick with them. And I chose the Patriots this year, so I stuck with them. And even when it was looking bleak yesterday, I stuck with them through it, and I'm glad I did.
What did you think of the game?
The game, at first I was a little disappointed because I thought this was a repeat of last year where it's just going to be why am I even here, But I just kept telling my friend, I'm telling you, at halftime, Belichick's going to get them in the locker room and rip them a new one, and he definitely did. They woke up. I think it was Lady Gaga. I probably woke him up a little bit.
What are your predictions for Super Bowl 52?
Well, of course, I just want the Eagles to be in it. That'd be a beautiful gift to me. And
Eagles
my dad.
versus Giants, right?
I don't think that can happen, but yeah.
The changing times.
Sure, why not?
All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for me. Again, I'm Ben Zander reporting for LTV Sports. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Ben. Now let's get started with our activity. Matt, tell them what we're doing here.
Well, as you can see, we have this bowl here. It's a very big bowl. I guess you could call it a Super Bowl of sorts. Looks like more like a cauldron, if you ask me. But inside this bowl are slips of paper with a lot of discussion points that we came up with for the show. And we're going to pass the bowl around, read the slips, and discuss for 30 seconds or so. And once we've read through all the slips, we'll each have a minute to talk about anything not discussed if we wish to do so.
One thing, however, is that other than the 2 points we individually contributed, we don't know what's in the bowl. I'll start. All right, so the first question. Where does this Super Bowl rank in terms of the best Super Bowls? I'll let you guys go first before I answer, because I think this is my question.
Oh, gee. Okay. I'm only 21 years old, so I can only speak for the ones I've seen, the 21 or so that I've seen. I'm a big Giants fan. I loved the Super Bowl 42 and 46, obviously. 42 with David Tyree's catch was a heck of a game. Made the Patriots, 18 and one giant loss. That was a great Super Bowl. This one, though, I feel like it's too recent in our memory to judge it, but I think it's going to be right up there in the top three. 25-point comeback in the final 23 minutes of the game or so. That's unbelievable. I think like a couple years from now, we're going to be looking back saying we really should have appreciated that Super Bowl a lot more.
I'm kind of in the same boat where I'm biased and I say Super Bowl 42 is one of the best games I've ever seen, but when you go back and watch that with someone who's not a Giants fan, they go, wow, this game was kind of slow up until the fourth quarter. And so I take that into consideration, and I kind of also feel like David Tyree's catch in this situation the Patriots now have their version with Edelman's catch. So, so personally for me, I kind of think one of the best Super Bowls I ever saw was the blowout at 48, just because I was the only person who I knew who wanted the Seahawks to win against the Broncos. I was so happy.
I'm going to go with you guys. I think Super Bowl 42 is the best, so I'll give you a couple reasons why. First of all, when you talk about Edelman's catch, I think that Tyree's catch was a lot more difficult and required a lot more skill for two reasons. Number one, Tom Brady was chilling when he threw that ball, no pressure whatsoever. Falcons rushed four, couldn't get to him.
It's also like a first down.
Exactly. Yeah. It was also like a first down. Giants had 3rd and 5. So Eli avoids the sack. If he gets sacked, it's 4th and 12. And Tyree still has to make that catch with the helmet, with his ball against his helmet, with Rodney Harrison all over him. I think Edelman got very lucky with his catch. Now, in terms of Super Bowl 42, the Giants were not supposed to win that game, right? Yeah, 18-0 Patriots, right? The Patriots were a 3.5-point favorite in this game. So as amazing as their comeback was, at the end of the day, they were supposed to win. The one other thing I'll say is that the Patriots did not beat themselves in Super Bowl 42, right? The Giants went out there and they beat the Patriots.
That's
in this
correct.
game, you can make an argument, and we'll get to that later, I'm assuming, that the Falcons beat themselves just as much, if not more, than the Patriots beat them. So for that reason, I think Super Bowl 42 is the best one.
That's all right.
All right, I'm sure we'll get to that later. Mike, you want to take one out of there?
Yeah, I got this. Best commercial. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I really like the Kia one with Melissa McCarthy. I thought it was really funny. For those who haven't seen it, it's kind of like she's driving her Kia and she keeps getting calls from activists saying you have to go save this thing. I think it was the ice caps. She had to save the trees, the rhinos, and she keeps going and suffering these very painful injuries. And after a while, she's like, my Kia is so eco-friendly, I don't have to go do all these things. So I think it was pretty funny. I think it was the best celebrity cameo of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That's what I immediately thought. It brought back a lot of, like slapstick humor. Haven't seen a lot of slapstick in a while, besides like old Tom and Jerry cartoons I occasionally watch now and then. So I appreciated that. And I'm not a big fan of Melissa McCarthy, but in that moment, I was. I think we've been missing a lot of good Super Bowl commercials. So that one, I appreciated. And I have to thank Melissa McCarthy for that one.
That was a good one, but I'm going to go into left field a bit. There was I think it was Tide Stick or something early on, where you see Terry Bradshaw saying like, "Oh, come see us for the halftime show," and then a few commercials later, he's like, "I got a stain in my shirt," and then he just starts running on the field, having to like grabs a golf cart, starts driving on the highway recklessly, and for me personally, as someone who used to drive a golf cart, pretty accurate to how people drive golf carts. Very.
Wait, did they really have him before that commercial? They had him on, and he had the stain on his shirt?
It's like
I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
It's like a mustard stain.
It was
That's
like
clever.
And it was,
I like that.
it was really good continuity because you're like, what's that stain on his shirt? And then you see a commercial for the stain on his shirt. I thought that was pretty smart and pretty funny.
I liked it,
good.
but honestly, I think Terry Bradshaw really overshadowed the whole post game, like trying to take the attention away from Brady and Belichick.
Terry Bradshaw would never do that.
No.
Yeah, so for that reason, I'm kind of a bit biased against Terry Bradshaw, but whatever. Would you want to take one?
Yeah. Let's go. Oh, small one. Okay, Lady Gaga's halftime acrobatic nightmare or perfect performance.
I don't know if I'll call it perfect. It was really good. It was very rare for me personally to see just one performer do something at the Super Bowl during the halftime show, because usually like they have little guests, or like I remember Madonna had LMAFO, which is like they usually have whoever's hot at that time come out. But Gaga just kept it all for herself, and she did really well. And also reminded me of how many Lady Gaga songs I know, because I found myself singing Telephone, and I haven't sang that song in like 3 years.
Yeah, she's been around a while, Lady Gaga. I thought it was a good show too. I liked everyone was expecting the big political statement. So I'm glad she avoided that. She started off with a patriotic song, and I've never been a fan of Lady Gaga personally. I always thought she's very talented. I think she showed it that night. I think all people, regardless of political spectrum, leave that stuff out of football. I really appreciate that she was able to leave that out of there and just focus on her talent, everything like that. So I'm glad we got through all that, no problems. I thought it was a very good show.
I really like the ending, honestly. Dropped the mic, made the catch. At that point, that was probably the best catch of the Super Bowl.
Dude, that catch. Like, what if she blew that? She put a lot on the line for that catch right there. I'm sure she doesn't catch a lot of footballs. Yeah. So
I think also her jumping off after doing the what was it, God Bless America, just like jumping off the top as the drones are all around here. That was really cool.
Yep. All right, let's take another one. All right, this one's pretty big. According to reports, Matt Ryan wanted to run the ball instead of throwing, but Falcons' offensive staff didn't. How would the game have changed if the team, as Ryan put it, ran the damn ball? This is a good question, and it's, I think, kind of filters into one of mine, which is going to come later, I think. But I think they would have won the game. There was 4:47 left when Julio Jones made that absurd catch, and I thought that was the typical catch that screws over the Patriots. Think Tyree, you think Manningham, you think what Jermaine Kearse's would have been if Pete Carroll wasn't stupid.
The dagger.
So yeah, exactly, the dagger. So it's 2nd and 11. Devontae Freeman loses a yard. Why don't you run the ball? You kick a field goal. Even Tom Brady can't come back from an 11-point deficit with 2 minutes left and 2 timeouts.
He could not do 2 touchdowns. He could not get a touchdown. I don't think they would get an onside kick.
100%. They missed an onside kick already that game. So I think,
it would have been a 2-score game, 11-point game. Just kick the field goal. Matt Bryant was the best kicker in the league this year, arguably. So at that point, 11-point game, down with 3 minutes left. It was no contest. It was so silly.
But you know why they did it, right? It's because they didn't have any confidence in their. I don't think they had any confidence in their defense. They wanted to get the touchdown. They didn't want to get the field goal. And in the end, they still allowed the Patriots get the touchdown. So kind of they were right. But at the same time, you could have gotten a little more of an advantage and put yourself in a better position. But you got so many penalties that you went to 3rd and 33, and you were out of field goal range.
Can't get sacked there. Can't get penalties there. That was the big thing.
That's a good point, boys. All right, next question. Got a couple left. Okay. Discuss the one play that cost the Falcons that game. All right, we're going to do this one quickly because I think we all agree that one play cost the Falcons the game. You can make the argument for that one or the Dante Hightower strip sack, fumble, or whatever, but I really think that running the ball on 2nd and long and getting sacked and getting the holding call cost the Falcons
running
the game.
it on 1st down, then 2nd down. The mistake was passing the ball twice there.
Right.
On that whole possession. Yeah, I totally agree. So it's a small play in the game. Like when you're watching it in real time, it was it's just a regular pass play. But really that decision on that 2nd and 3rd down to pass the ball was really what cost them.
Yeah, it's like every play after the Julio Jones catch.
Exactly.
It's every play.
Yeah, essentially.
All right. Second to last question. Did the Patriots come up ultra clutch, or did the Falcons blow it big time?
The Falcons blew it. There's no Tom Brady. He turned on, but let me ask you something. Is it surprising that Tom Brady turned on? Is anyone surprised that Tom Brady turned on? No, I'm more surprised that the Falcons just collapsed so much that they joined this year's sports world with chokers. Like, how many chokers have we had this year? They joined that club.
This was a 25-point comeback with 23 minutes left. Yes, it takes the other team not scoring any points. And I think the Patriots defense played well, and the Falcons didn't on offense, obviously. But this is 25 points. This is the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history by 15 points. This all occurred in 23 minutes left in the entire game. 25 points.
They didn't kick the field goal. They could have won.
Yeah, but they didn't. The defense held up. They stopped those pass plays.
I think honestly, both of you have good points. I think while the Falcons did blow it, it did take Brady scoring 5 straight possessions to win the game. So I think we can kind of call it even and say each team did a little bit to help the other. So with that being said, the last question, and a very important one, honestly,
on a very little piece of paper.
How about the Puppy Bowl?
I missed it this year.
I don't think anyone watched the Puppy Bowl, to be honest.
I know a couple people who watched the Puppy Bowl. I heard it was very cute. I heard the kitty halftime show was amazing.
The kitty halftime
And I heard that a bunch of those dogs got adopted. So that's all that matters.
That's
right?
great. They're all winners.
Some people were happy.
Great.
All right. Now that we've got through all the slips, here's the opportunity to discuss what hasn't been discussed yet. So, any final points here that we'd like to squeeze in the last minute?
I guess the one question I'll ask is, does this make Tom Brady and Bill Belichick the best quarterback and head coach of all time?
Yes. The guy has Tom Brady has 5 Super Bowl rings. 5. This is a dynasty. 16 years, 5 rings. Come on already. And Brady has 2 MVPs. Now 5 Super Bowl rings. I don't think it's any contest. Joe Montana, you could say that maybe a couple years ago. Joe Montana had the edge, but Brady has all the stats. And if Joe Montana was in today's age, if he was on Belichick's team, I'm sure he'd have a lot of success, but I don't think it would match Brady's success. I think Brady's just a totally different element altogether.
I think that Brady has secured himself, in my mind, as probably the best quarterback I've ever seen. My father's told me, hell, what about Peyton Manning? I'm like, yeah, but I think I'd rather have Brady on my team than Peyton. And going 5 for 7 in Super Bowls is pretty good,
Yeah,
but I will argue this. People have had a discussion with me of, let's just name the Lombardi Trophy the Belichick Trophy. And I totally disagree with that. I don't care how good Belichick is. He's never going to be good as Vince Lombardi.
Okay. One last question, real quick. Who makes it next year?
Who makes it next year?
Very early, no draft, no
Giants.
free agency left, but who do you guys think makes it next year?
I think we'd all like to think the Giants. But I think it's always a safe bet to bet the Patriots. I bet them every year, and it's not a bad idea because it usually works out. NFC though, man, I don't know. The Cowboys, another year of Dak and Ezekiel Elliott working together. I mean, that could really pan out for them. I haven't really thought about that. That'd be my first thought though, off the top of my head.
Probably right now my thought is going to be Super Bowl 52 is going to be the Cowboys versus the Raiders.
Raiders. Wow.
Yes, I think that even though they're having some trouble of where they're going to live next year, I think that once they get their QBs healthy again, if they can keep up what they did this year, because teams had trouble keeping up with them, I think that's a team that can go to the Super Bowl when healthy. And I think that, like you said before, the Cowboys, Jerry Jones is going to be angry, and he's going to want that Super Bowl.
What do you think, Skylar?
New York Giants 24, Oakland Raiders 20.
Wow.
But we don't know if they're going to be Oakland. They could be Las Vegas. They could be San Diego.
Whatever team Derek Carr plays.
All right. Mike, you want to close out the show?
Sure. Well, that does it for this episode of Sports Outlet. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, if you would like to join Lions Television, email us at ltv@tcnj.edu or like us on Facebook. And for more information on TCNJ Athletics, go to tcnjathletics.com. For Matt, AJ, Skylar Darel, and me, we'll see you next time.